Hey now, what is up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got back from the cinemas after seeing The Dark Tower. Yes, that Dark Tower. It's a 2017 film that it's based on the series of books, written by Stephen King. There's like 8 of them, and they jammed it all into one movie. It is directed by Nicolas Arcel. I think that's how you say his name. The plot is we meet Jake Chambers, who's this little kid that's having these nightmares, these dreams, these visions of this alternate world, alternate universe, where this man in black is going around rounding up kids, putting them in this device to try to launch an attack on the Dark Tower. The Dark Tower is this big tower that's the connection between both worlds, and if it's destroyed, then darkness can take over. It's the only thing protecting everyone. So this kid has to not only find a way to get to this alternate world, but with the help of a gunslinger, stop the man in black and take down this thing once and for all. Now, what I thought of The Dark Tower was this movie was just okay. Just okay, but when I explain the plot, when I talk about what the ideas that are going on in this movie, it should not just be okay. It should be fucking awesome. It should be epic. It should be one of the best movies of the year. And it's not even close to being that. This is one of the most forgetful, blockbustery type films that I've seen in a while. It's not even bad. It's not even something that I walked out of and said, wow, this was a piece of shit. It's just more disappointment. It's just more like, wow, I saw so much potential in these ideas, in this plot, in these characters. So much more could have been done. But it wasn't. Let's talk about Idris Elba as the gunslinger. I loved Idris Elba. Just in general, I love him as an actor. He's one of those guys that may be a little underappreciated. I was excited to see him as the lead role, as the leading man of this movie. And I think he does his job as best as he can. I just feel like he was a character that had an interesting background, had some interesting things about him, but they were never really explored. They never really explained how he had some resistance from the man in black, or just everything that went about what happened to him and everyone around him before he meets Jake, the boy. It was a character that I was intrigued by, and I was more liking the performance more so than what was on the page, probably. The kid, Jake Chambers, is played by Tom Taylor, a kid I don't think I've seen him in anything before. He was fine. He was your typical kid that, you know, parents don't believe him and his vision, so he goes off and does his own thing. He did the job. He served the purpose. Matthew McConaughey as the man in black. I was looking forward to Matthew McConaughey playing a villain because I love Matthew McConaughey too as an actor. He's one of those guys that he's been around for so long. He's done so many different things, but it's only been within the last few years where I feel like people are starting to see what this guy is capable of and the range that he's able to go to with certain movies. And this was like, yes, I want to see McConaughey get down and dirty, get evil and sinister. And he does here. He does. But it's really just the only one note that you ever see of him throughout the whole movie. It's just that one tone. And there's not really much more behind the character. There's no backstory. I'm not saying you have to peel back all the layers, but it became one note. It became generic. Jackie Earle Haley has like the smallest, most random part. I'm only bringing him up because I was watching this movie and McConaughey has a bunch of underlings around him doing his dirty work or doing things for him, and a lot of them fail. And one guy he's talking to, I'm sitting there like, that looks like Jackie Earle Haley, but that can't be him because he's only said like 2 words, and then the very end of the movie, he literally is done away with in minutes, if that. And then I looked him up and I'm like, holy shit, that was Jackie Earle Haley. Really? You casted him to do this? Okay. The story itself, the whole two worlds and the tower protecting them, it was all interesting. It was all like, okay, and maybe if I got to know a little bit more about this stuff, then I'd be even more invested in it. But you don't. You don't get to know more about this and how this works and how all of this can make sense because it's only an hour and a half long. 90 minutes! I couldn't believe leaving the theater and checking my watch and saying, holy shit, it's only been how long? Whoa, what? And some people might like that. It's one of the few summer blockbuster-y type movies where you're out of the film before 2 hours or 2.5 hours. People are used to that. But it's not like this movie had to be over 2 hours just to be that long. I just feel like you have 8 novels that you're building off of, that you're taking material from. An hour and a half just is too fast. The movie does move very fast, so I guess it's not boring. But I wanted more. There were some scenes where Idris Elba and Jake the boy, they bond and they're trading stories, and if we got maybe a little bit more of that, a little bit more world building in the other dimension, just to see what that exactly is like and what exactly everyone is fighting for and why I'm supposed to care about a lot of this. Look, again, I'm not angry, I'm not pissed, I'm not ranting and raving, I just wanted better. I'm gonna give it a rental. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen The Dark Tower. Did you like it more than me? Do you love it? Or do you agree that it just falls short on what a Stephen King story should be? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!